In this video, you are going to learn 8 useful synonyms for the word boring, with a lots of movie clips and real-life examples. The first one is monotonous. Monotonous. The music became monotonous after a while.
This is getting monotonous.
Whole life is this monotonous routine.
My life is a stagnant, monotonous hell!
That job's monotonous.
And your movie is going to be utterly monotonous.
London season is already terribly monotonous as it is.
You know, yelling at those interns made me realize how monotonous it is.
I mean, being married is nice and all, but the whole thing's a little monotonous.
Wearisome. Wearisome. Simple repetitive tasks can be very wearisome.
To be in company, even with the best, is soon wearisome and dissipating.
You know, this is getting to be a bit wearisome.
Tedious. Tedious. Learning a new computer program can be a tedious process.
It's just that I never realized how tedious life could be. For a retired jewel thief, yuck.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
What a tedious journey you must have had.
Such a tedious place.
Guilty of finding all this incredibly tedious, yes.
My tedious attorneys play squash with his tedious attorneys.
It's always tedious and annoying.
Jury selection is tedious work.
This conversation seemed tedious to me.
Tonight will be long and tedious.
You know, appreciating life's slow, tedious moments.
It sounds like a long and tedious evening.
Because I know it's super tedious for you.
You're offering to do hours of tedious research?
No.
Pedestrian. Pedestrian. His speech was long and pedestrian.
It's a little pedestrian.
Banal, very banal. Ooh, wonderfully pedestrian.
A bit pedestrian, don't you think?
As your design taste is a little pedestrian.
The pedestrian effort from our boys tonight, Katie. No.
I know his taste is a bit pedestrian.
New design is also ambitious, pedestrian, and...
The writing is pedestrian, but I do love my stories.
Arid. Arid. I found his writing extremely arid.
The entire thing seemed completely absurd, arid, and empty.
Banal. Banal. They had a banal conversation about the weather.
Banal, very banal. Ooh, wonderfully pedestrian.
Your ideas are banal.
This is just about the money. That would be so banal.
I feel so normal. So banal.
Probably something so stupid and banal.
Dreary. Dreary. She had spent another dreary day in the office.
To be sure, this is a grand old house. But I must confess that in winter one can feel a little dreary and alone.
Throw that dreary letter away, it pours.
You couldn't have found them in this dreary town.
That was blooming to cheer him through life's dreary hour.
Oh, this side is so dreary. It's like a cemetery.
Soon this dreary old room will be so full of well-wishing.
Maybe I should listen to one of these dreary podcasts of yours.
Now, what brings my lovely wife here to brighten up my dreary day?
What are you doing?
Writing that same dreary column on how to keep the body beautiful.
The last one. Flat. Flat. I think the colors in this painting are kind of flat. The party leader delivered a flat speech. Do you know any other words? Write them in the comments. If you found this video useful, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss anything important.